Right, so my name's Andy, I'm a professional tom meister, as you all know, and I've just been sent a few tracks by my mate Maz that he wanted me to master. So here goes, hang on. Whoa, play one of the tracks. Okay. Right. Okay, so he's made the crucial error. First of all, let's just make that track a bit bigger. Let's get all these out of the way. So the problem is, look, if you look at the waveform, you see the waveform, it's not very loud, it's pretty quiet, there's not much going on, it doesn't even reach, look at this, it doesn't even reach full. So, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add ozone, of course. What we need to do is make it loud. So, let's look at the meters. What we want is all these numbers to be as high as possible, as close to zero. These too low, minus 19, that's just like not even, you can't even hear that. That's so quiet. What we want to do is EQ the track. So, let's have a look. He's got frequencies all over the place. The first thing is you need more 4K. It's the place where you can hear the loudest things. So you need more of that. I'll boost that by 9 dB. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add another node, 18 dB. Straight away that is cutting through, first of all. The problem is 500 Hz, boxy. You don't want box. So what I'm going to do, very narrow Q, but I'm going to cut 500 Hz by 9 dB. And then what you want to do, low shelf up, because what you need is 200 Hz. 200 Hz is the essence of a snare, and you need that. It's cutting through so much more. Then obviously, when it's being played in the club, you don't want it too bassy. Otherwise you're just going to kill people. So I'm going to put a high pass filter 48 just below that 200 Hz node right there. There you go. It sounds like there's no bass there. Sounds like there's no bass, but trust me there is. Because on a system, big system, you'll be able to hear that. Next thing we need is some reverb, because this needs reverb. Let's listen to the reverb. Now what he's wanting, he's going to want an arena for this. I know the guy. That's what he wants. He wants a long. So what I want to do is blend the reverbs on these. So I'm going to put some wet in. Now the problem is these low frequencies hanging on. If you look, you can see the lows hanging on. Let's cut that. Let's boost the high decay. So decay's up here. Look at that. Nice. Most important thing, width. 200. Straight away, that's going to sound better. Harmonic exciter. Let's turn it all on. Turn it all on straight away. 100, 100, 100, 100. Just listen to that straight away. Overdriven. It's great stuff here. Dynamics. What you want to do is every band needs to be pretty heavily compressed, but not too much. Important auto gain. This will make sure everything stays loud at all times. Make these pretty generic compressions and just put them all down. If we go back to the meters, look at these numbers. We're almost getting loud. That's where we're at. I think there's too much reverb. Just a bit. Stereo widening. This is important. That one, all the way up, all the way up. This one, you really want that to be mono, because that is the snare. That's the snare frequency, that whole thing. So and then obviously wide at bass. Just watch the meter, look how wide it is. That's going to sound amazing. So next thing you need to do is this is your post EQ. So this is after all your processing. What you want to do is essentially copy the first EQ. So I'm going to high pass it 48, make this a bit higher. Band number 2 needs to come up quite a lot. 500 gone straight away, and obviously boost at 4K, and it'll sound great. What we've actually got here, if you take a look at the meters, hang on. So what we've actually done here is make the track so loud you can't hear it. So I'm just gonna reset that because we've actually broken ozone. It's too loud. If you look at the meters here, before we did the post EQ, minus numbers are bad. That's a good number, that red one, that's a good number. But minus numbers here, you can do better than that. Turn on the post EQ straight away. Look at these numbers. Bigger numbers mean better. And obviously the last thing you need to do is maximizer. So to use a maximizer, this threshold, you have to push that right the way down, all the way down. And this smooth, you could have it very slow. No, you push that all the way down. And then it says clipping. It says clipping, doesn't sound like clipping. Transient, we don't need that. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need some of this. Now you see, he's working at 24 bits, but it's so loud now, he doesn't need all the bits. So I'm only going to change the bit depth to 8, which is important. You don't need dithering. So now what we've got, a loud mix. But the problem is, before we had the maximizer in, this was a positive number. It is now a negative number. We've got an issue. So the solution, you take this fader and you just push it up a bit. And if you look, the numbers become positive. It's good, it's a good thing. Now the problem is, these aren't as loud as they could be. So let's take this fader, push this up as well. Now this is starting to sound pretty good. So just check your meters. And you can tell when a mix is good. If you watch this third bar here, these are our bars. What you want to see is this disappear off the top, and then you know you've got a well good mix. So what? Look at it go, look at it go. It's rising and it's gone. It's so loud it can't meet us. So I'm pretty happy with this mix. I'm going to send it back to him, see what he thinks, maybe get a couple of feedbacks, so maybe tweak a couple of things. But yeah, Pro Tony, Andy, signing off.